Give me about 3 or 4 minutes, and I'm gonna start this this lesson. All right. I'll just share this on Facebook, making sure certain brothers receive this message, so to speak. Okay. So yeah, give me a second. Like I said, let me share this real quick, and I'm gonna get this thing done, because I'm gonna have at least one more live stream today, and I'm gonna also do a couple lessons on YouTube, all right, to keep the channel active. You know what I'm saying? You know, definitely got to keep this channel active.
Democrat Chris Reichel was the first in his family to go to college. As a teacher, school board member, and now superintendent of public instruction, Chris knows all Washingtonians deserve the same opportunity.
I don't know why they do this, but yeah, definitely got to keep this channel active. So yeah, like I said, give me about 2 minutes so I can share this. Like I said, all right, let's share this too, because there's a lot of things going on in the world, and that, you know, brothers and sisters need to be aware of. Brothers and sisters got to be vigilant of. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta get this thing. It's like, yeah, you gotta get, you know, make sure that this is made aware to brothers and sisters. All right, so yeah, let me keep sharing. Because I'm gonna wait for a certain amount of brothers and sisters to come in, and I'm gonna get it going. Actually, let me go ahead and get my iPhone so I can do this. Share this real quick. Share this much faster. So, you know. So once again, you know, these things are coming, man. The RFID microchips coming. The crashing of this current dollar system is amongst us. All right. You know, a lot of things are about to happen. I mean, animals breaking loose, you know, hurting people and whatnot. These things are happening all right now, you know. So yeah, let's hit this. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, just do this real quick. Boom, 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 boom. And then we're gonna go ahead and get it going. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and go into it. All right. So actually, that's good. So yeah, I want to say first and foremost, call law YAHAWAH Simeon Shai. This is Rayabi Van God, the Zealots of Israel camp, and once again, back with another news article. All right. And the title said, it speaks for itself. The Great Financial Reset, as told by the IMF. All right. Also, too, I think that's International Money Federation, if I'm not mistaken, or Monetary Federation. All right. Actually, let me look up the acronym. You know, because they're part of the banks and whatnot. So let's see. Let me just see. Just real quick. Also, too, you have, a second lockdown. All right, that's on the verge of happening. All right, the International Monetary Fund, Slovakia. International Monetary Fund, Slovakia. Okay. Which, by the way, certain countries, the reason why certain countries are attacking certain countries, the reason why that's happening is because, speaking of America, is because they're not a part of the International Monetary Fund, like Iran, so on and so forth. I don't believe Russia, China, certain other groups of nations are a part of that. That's why they constantly attack them. All right. So with that being said, right, let's go ahead and share the screen. All right. Oops, Slovakia. Just go ahead and share my screen right here. Yep, share this. Let's go ahead and share this, and let's deal with it. All right. This is off of newsbitcoin.com. So it says the Great Financial Reset. IMF Managing Director calls for a new Bretton Woods moment. All right. As the global economy shudders from the disastrous effects of central planning, the International Monetary Fund Managing Director in Washington, D.C., Kristalina Georgieva, all right, is calling for a new Bretton Woods moment. Georgieva spoke about the juncture on October 15th, and she stressed today's economic hardships are the same as the difficulties the world faced at the end of World War II. And see, a lot of times when these wars that are about that happen, and all these things prophesied, right? And all of these things prophesied, of course. When all these wars happen, the war. One thing you got to understand, and I noticed this right before the war is about to happen, economy or there's an economic crisis, just like what's happening right now. But one thing about the war economy, about building weapons, building missiles, supplying soldiers with weapons, so on and so forth. If the war economy flourishes, all right, just before the war begins. Now, after, there's a fallout, just like there was a fallout in World War I. Not too long after that, there was a Depression era. World War II, there was like it says, there was economic hardships after World War II, and also too, there was another re-engineering of the household. All right, where women can now work as times before wasn't like that. All right, so on and so forth, right? And these things are going to happen in America, but they're going to happen at a much harder scale, for the simple fact that we're entering into the final war, which is World War III, which involves all nations with nuclear capability. All right, and these things are on the cusp of happening. All right, so free market advocates on social media and forums believe the IMF managing director's recent Bretton Woods speech should invoke increased suspicion. IMF article alludes to a huge change coming. Now you see that? A huge change is coming, right? And what does that entail? That entails the falling of this current paper money system. All right, this current what we call so-called money, this Federal Reserve note being altered, all right, into being non-valid, to being, the very, like something like this, right? Just to give you an edification, right? So this is a $20 bill with that demon Andrew Jackson, right? So when you look on the dollar bill, right, and this is on all dollar bills, but when you look on the top, it says Federal Reserve note. And basically what that is, that's a debt note to the international banking family. All right. And in particular, this country, because this country, I think, is one of the few, well, there's other countries, the Japanese use yen, Great Britain uses the same kind of money system, but it's a debt note. All right. And for a long time, people thought that this very thing that we use is actually money, when it really, that's all it is. It is what it is. It's a debt note. It's not an actual monetary system like gold and silver, you know, like the days of old. Of course, like in Latin America, there's pesos. All right. You know, there was like as certain alloys of metal or certain rocks. All right. Certain types of stones were utilized in certain cultures in certain kingdoms of the times of before, right? That they use that for transactions. They use that as their monetary system. All right. This thing's about to fall very soon. Speaking of this current monetary system that we're in right now. And that's the huge changes that's going to come. And what is that going to lead into? That's going to lead into a cashless society. I've covered it earlier this year about the coins, right? About there's a so-called coin shortage. Now we know that that's BS, and we know that they just print out money. Really, they're like, you know how like you go in a negative in the bank, and I'm gonna bring out scriptures, but I'm breaking things down so you can have a clear understanding. And I even need to brush up my understanding of the Federal Reserve note. The history of it, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of presidents, a lot of people like JFK and Abraham Lincoln, you know, those devils were killed because they were trying to bring the currency back to gold and silver, amongst other things. But that was one of the main things. They print out money, they print out coins. They're trying to set up this cashless society so they can usher in the RFID microchip later down the line. And I'm gonna cover the many articles that I've seen over the past 2 months, all in one video. Maybe on Sunday, I'm not sure. I want to hit this because it's an international monetary fund, all right, organization, okay, and they're talking about a huge change coming. So on Thursday, October 15th, the IMF published a speech written by the IMF's Washington, D.C. managing director. Oh, Slacky, I already read that. Oh, no, I'm reading the next paragraph. Christina Georgieva called a new Bretton Woods moment. The article has caused some money and free market advocates to grow concerned that a big change is coming and a possible great financial reset. So there's going to be a great financial reset. All right. And that great financial reset is going to change the game. All right. Because you got to understand, we take steps. As a prophet, as a priest, as a apostle of the Lord, what you got to do, you have to understand things take steps, things takes time. The Lord doesn't just hit things all at once. He does, but he sets things up. He allows these devils to go into their stages, right? And that's the stage that's going to be the very next thing, the cashless society. The cashless society is going to bring forth chaos. And then what comes out of chaos? Order out of chaos. Right, which is the Latin word for order out of chaos. All right, problem, reaction, solution. All right, that's what these elitist devils like to do. All right, so a lot of people that are financially stable in these times, this financial reset is going to alter certain people's financial stability of the particular time that they're in. So if they're in a cozy financial state right now, that may not be the case when the financial reset hits just like that, and then they're in debt. Then someone else could be, who knows, poor, and then they're rich. All right, but also too, it's really just collapse everything and make everybody, starve everybody the hell out. All right. So watch this. Economists, analysts, and Bitcoiners have been discussing the IMF managing director's speech since it was published on IMF website Thursday. A few days later, on October 18, Marco strategist Raul Paul said Georgia's article alludes to a huge change coming to the global financial system. If you don't think the central bank digital currencies are coming, you are missing the big and important picture. Now, with Bitcoin, all right, yeah, that's cool to invest in Bitcoin and whatnot, if you're able to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't, and I'm saying this to brothers, right? Don't put your high hopes into that. Because what do the scriptures say? Trust not in uncertain riches. And actually, that'll be the first scripture I go to. All right. Let's go ahead and go to Proverbs real quick. Go ahead and go to Proverbs 11 and 4. Let's see. Okay, right here. Proverbs 11 and 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness, in other words, keeping the laws and having faith in the Lord by keeping the laws, and that's how you love the Lord, by keeping the law, all right, and showing your love to the Lord and to your nation, delivereth from death. All right. The righteous, the law keepers of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. All right. So the point right there, you have certain brothers in this truth, that said that will say that it's okay to do that, and there's nothing wrong with investing in certain financial Bitcoin stocks. There's nothing wrong with that. But one thing you got to understand is that at the end of the day, all this is leading to is the RFID microchip. All right, which, like I said, I'm gonna cover at a different time. All right. So this is what this is coming down to. All right. And this is going to change. And like I said, this is going to change the game. All right. That's why I said, this woman said this is a huge change coming. And you damn right, it's going to be a huge change. And a Shalawam to all the brothers in here. Shalawam Alan, Shalawam Johnny, Fernando Diaz Gutierrez. Shalawam to you brothers. Shalom, Zachariah. Shalom to you brothers and sisters that come in. I'm just kind of on the roll right now. Yeah, facts. Remember the documentary Money Masters? They tell how the elites changed. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? And things, these were things planned out. Yeah, line. These things were planned out in advance, like decades in advance. Okay. So it says, Raw Paul tweeted on Sunday morning, this is going to be the biggest overhaul of the global financial system since Bretton Woods. I'm going to look into Bretton Woods. Actually, we'll do it right now. I'm not saying that I know everything. You know what I'm saying? We'll go into it and I'll learn something with y'all too. This IMF article alludes to a huge change coming, but lacks real clarity outside of allowing how much more fiscal stimulus via monetary mechanisms. And tomorrow, the IMF holds a conference on digital currencies and cross-border payment systems. All right. So, I think this was last week. So yeah, this is what's going to go. This is what's coming. This is what we're heading into. And actually, let's go ahead and look at I think I've seen the Bretton Woods system before, or Bretton Woods before. Let's look that up. Like I said, I don't know everything, man. So Bretton Woods system. The Bretton Woods system of monetary management established the rules of commercial financial relations among the United States, Canada, Western European countries, Australia, and Japan after 1944 Bretton Woods Agreement. The Bretton Woods system was the first example of the fully negotiated monetary order intended to govern monetary relations among independent states. So this is since 1944, which was and that was the same year of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings, which ended World War II. The chief features of Bretton Woods systems were an obligation for each country to adopt a monetary policy that maintained its external exchange rates with 1% by tying its currency to gold, and the ability of the IMF to bridge the temporary imbalances of payments. Also, there was a need to address the lack of cooperation among other countries and to prevent competitive devaluation of the currencies as well. All right. So that's what so this is the Bretton Woods So basically, it was them uniting their financial relations, all right, and being obligated one to another to have a clear unification of a monetary system, all right, regardless of currency, all right, because like I said, there's different currencies. There's Great Britain has their money. America has the dollar system. Japan has the yen, all right. Latin America has the pesos, all right. So on and so forth. I gotta look through all the currencies, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what's coming. But one thing we got to understand, even though that this is coming, is that we have to have our faith and our trust in the Lord. That's storing up riches in heaven. Actually, let's go ahead and go into what does the scripture says about storing up riches in him. Trust not in uncertain. Actually, let's see. I got it in my Bible. Let me just pull it out. My scriptures, just real quick. Proverbs 11:4. Yeah, let's go ahead and go to Zephaniah 1:8. You know, because Bitcoin ain't gonna save you, and stock exchanges is not gonna help you. The stock market is already crashed. It's crashing even more so than what is crashing. All right, and actually, you know what? Beautiful, all praises. Let's go ahead and go to Zephaniah 1. Let's go ahead and go to Zephaniah, the first chapter, the 10th verse. And it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. Hey, you know what? And that's twofold. There's gonna be crashes of the hills. There's gonna be hills falling, earthquakes shattering things. Also, too, there's going to be a financial crashing of the hills, and the hills can also represent what? Nations and mountains. Hills can represent mountains. Mountains represent nations, right? Let's read that again. And it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord, YAHAWAH, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a second, and a crashing from the hills. How ye inhabitants of Maktesh, an ancient city that had great businesses in Mesopotamia. It was great business going. A lot of people were flourishing financially. How ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, and all they that bear silver are cut off. And guess what? This Maktesh can also be reincarnated as America, because America is the richest country in the history of the world. All right. So it says, how ye inhabitants of Maktesh, like times of old, times of now. For all the merchant people are cut down. So these stock exchanges, Bitcoin, putting your stocks into certain things to make money down the line. All they that bear silver are cut off. So they're going to be cut off, man, if they don't have the faith of the Lord, man. They're all going to be cut off if they don't have faith in YAHAWAH, Bahashem, Yahawashi. All right. Verse 12, and it shall come, and that's faith in the Most High, in the name of the Son. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles. So the Lord's going to search Jerusalem with candles, and punish the men that are settled on their lease, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. Look, brothers and sisters, this is not the time to be settled on your lease, especially if you're a prophet, if you're a priest, if you're an apostle. Apostle's a messenger. All of us are messengers that teach in the street corners, all right? Teaching about the kingdom of heaven, teaching about the downfall of the system, all right? Teaching the kingdom of heaven, teaching the Israelites who they are, waking up the elect. The prophets are prophesying, speaking of things that were spoken aforetime. They're reincarnated into this time. Check Daniel's the 12th chapter about Daniel receiving his lot in the last days. Also check Revelation the 10th chapter about John the Revelator, who received those revelations and prophecies, all right, by the holy angels of the Lord, right? Who said that he's going to stand in his lot in these last days? proven reincarnation. All right. But point is, which the prophets are here in these times now. All right. Just further proving that. Point being, though, right? Our faith is going to be in the Lord. All right. And our faith is going to require us to do the works and understand what time we're in. The financial collapsing, the R5D microchip, the mark of the beast. All right. The race wars, class wars, World War III. All right. The persecution of the church, the persecution of the 12 tribes of Israel as a whole. These are things that are soon to come. So let's continue on. Let's continue on. Zephaniah 1:13. Therefore, their goods shall become booty, their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. They shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. All right, let's skip down. I want to get to the. I want to skip down to the main part, right? A day of trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And America's a high fenced city and a great tower amongst the world. And I will, Zephaniah 1:17, I will bring distress upon them that they shall walk like blind men because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. So everyone that dwells in the land that do wickedness, that are evil, doesn't matter what silver or gold that you invest in. If you're not a part of the elect or the 144,000, all right, the 1/3, you're done. You're gonna die. No matter how much riches you store up, no matter what you try to do in terms of escaping up out of here, you're going to die. All right. So that's what's going to happen. So it's about investing in faith. And how do we show our faith? We show our faith by our works. All right. So continuing on, let's go ahead and go to some other scriptures, right? Because, look, the IMF's going to fall. All right, the international bankers' money system is going to fall. Everything's going to fall in the midst of all this madness, right? And the catalyst to that is YAHAWASHI, all right? And the Holy Spirit that comes with it, and the great angelic power that is coming with the angels and the chariots, all right? So with that said, let's continue on. Let's go ahead and go to, uncertain riches. So 1 Timothy 6:17, charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the loving God who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. So it says, charge them that are rich in this world. So if you have money, if you're doing all right, and speaking of the Israelites, these other nations of people, they need to call to their false gods, because their false gods are not listening to them. And those false gods were demons any damn ways, all right, that gave them power, that the Lord allowed to give them power. But now those demons are slowly but surely pulling away from them, and their power is waning as we speak. So we're speaking to the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes. Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches. So you're not supposed to trust in uncertain riches. Stocks, investing in businesses, man. Look, these are things to get us through the time. Money is a defense, right? The scriptures tell you money is a defense. But guess what? It's all, the love of it is the root of all evil. But it says trust not in uncertain riches. And guess what? Bitcoin is an uncertain riches, man. Putting stocks in certain things is uncertain, because guess what? This place is only for a brief moment, man. So you got to put your faith, the stock of your faith in the Heavenly Father himself, man. But it says, but in the living God. So trust not in certain riches, but trust in the living God who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. He's the one that provides you with food, water, medicine, shelter, raiment. Really, your physical health is better than all substances and riches, right? You know what I'm saying? That tells you that in the book of Sirach, right? So knowing that if you have good health, you know, food and whatnot, and the Lord's blessing you, that's who you trust in. You don't trust in uncertain riches, man. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go to Isaiah 33:6. Isaiah 33:6. In wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. In strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, loving your brother and sister as yourself. All right. That's the fear of the Lord. So the fear of the Lord is his treasure. So the treasures of the righteous are going to, and the ones that are going to be saved, and that's going to be kept in these last days. All right. Are the ones that are going to serve the Lord and trust on him, because he's the one that's going to give you the treasures and riches, storing up your riches in the kingdom of heaven. Actually, let's bring that out before I go to the next topic. That's why you got to set your sight on things above. All right, let me look it up real quick. Okay, Matthew 6:19. Matthew 6:19. Let's go ahead and go there. All right, so Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Matthew 6:19. So it says, lay not up yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, where thieves break through and steal. Right? So, you know, these things are but for a moment now, and they can be stolen, they can be destroyed, and there's no substance, no value, there's no longevity to it. Verse 20, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where is your treasure, there will your heart be also. So if your heart is in the kingdom, you're going to store up riches in the kingdom by doing what? Doing the righteous works to be accepted in the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be on earth. All right. And some brothers labor for that 144,000 number, man. That's what I labor for. I'm just going to let you know that. All right. So with that being said, let's continue on. Let's see. Let's go. Oops, Lakia. Let's go ahead and go to the next thing I want to touch on. All right, business leaders say a second COVID-19 shutdown. So we're dealing with the potentiality of a second shutdown, which is going to happen sooner or later. We don't know when. We don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen. We don't know when, right? So this, so we just want to bring this out from September 30th, a particular news article. Business leaders say a second COVID-19 shutdown could lead to permanent closures. The clusters of the coronavirus in part of New York are causing concern, and while the outbreak remained isolated for now, Governor Andrew Cuomo, you know, that blood-drinking pedophile devil, has not ruled out shutting down parts of the economy again if our measures do not work. Business leaders, however, say many employers will not survive another lengthy closure. They're asking for a plan that does not include a major economic shuttering, right? So they don't, it's not going to give you economic stability, and a lot of these businesses are going to close because of it. All right. New York, once the epicenter of the disease, has been the infection rate remained low for months. But in recent days, clusters in portions of Brooklyn, Queens, and the lower Hudson Valley, some tied to Orthodox Jew communities, are cause for concern. There, that's the fake Jews, those Amalekites, all right? There are, other nation of Edom. There are other outbreaks upstates in the southern tier. 74 cases are linked to a church service in Horseheads. There was an outbreak at a nursing home in the Buffalo area. Oops, lucky. Oh. In the Buffalo area, the positive rate for weeks has been slightly higher than 14% average for the rest of the state, and 50 new cases were reported in Erie County on Tuesday. So, actually, let me read this last part. Cuomo on Monday threatened that he might, you see that, threaten that he might have to issue lockdown orders again if things do not change quickly. But he has pulled back from that warning since saying he wants local governments to first enforce compliance with mask wearing and other safety measures. And I'm gonna stop right there. These devils are at work. You could just feel in the air. This last month, they're planning something, man. Things are awfully quiet. This was from last month, but a potentiality of a second lockdown is looming, and it's going to happen eventually. And they're doing this because they want to get martial law going. They want to get they want to give civil unrest going so they can bring in the international UN, United Nations troops to come over here and set order to their new world order. All right. So it says second. So let's continue on. Let's go to another article. Second wave. And this is on October 8th. Second wave of COVID-19 would devastate Canada's small businesses. All right. So there, and we all know this is all contrived. People that know about this know that this is a sick joke that they're playing on the American populace. Because the American populace, of all the populace around the world, are retarded. They know that they're simple, they're stupid, and they're slow, and they're retarded. So they'll believe anything that comes on the damn witchcraft having media that's on the TV. All right. Instead of doing their own independent research. So Vancouver news one. This is from 660 citynews.com, right? So this is what this is, and this is in Canada, right? So Vancouver, as we warn of more cases, all contrived for that matter, of COVID-19, small businesses in Canada say a second wave would be devastating. The Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses urging federal and provincial governments to do everything possible to avoid further shutdowns and ensuring strong and immediate economic supports are in place. We've had time to prepare to make sure that the public is prepared for a safety perspective. But we've also had time to make sure the economic supports are not only in place, but perfected, Dan Kelly with Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses say. The CFIB wants supports for business rolled out immediately if needed. Kelly says it was understandable that they weren't available right out of the gate when COVID-19 first arrived, but things have since changed. There are no excuses. I mean, for goodness sakes, we have had the pandemic. It's like the pandemic with us for 6-7 months, Kelly says. So we need to have governments prepared to ensure that there are supports ready to go to the minute that any additional businesses closures are issued. And of course, we are hoping that there are no or very few business closures along the way. So, you know, people are fearing this second shutdown, not only in the States, but in Canada and other countries. And of course, they already shut things down in Great Britain. All right. So let's go ahead and go here. You know, I'm just hitting these articles as we go. All right. So British military could be, and this is off of the Huffington Post. British military could help police enforce new coronavirus rules, says Boris Johnson. Actually, I'll let this devil speak real quick. You know, this is the prime minister over there in Great Britain. All right, let's listen to this caveman speak, man.
In this pandemic, we have struck a delicate balance between saving lives by protecting our NHS and minimizing the wider impact of our restrictions. And it's because of the common sense fortitude of the British people that earlier this year we were able to avert an even worse catastrophe, forming a human shield around our NHS and then getting our country moving again by reopening key sectors of our economy, returning children to school. But we always knew that while we might have driven the virus into retreat, the prospect of a second wave was real. And I'm sorry to say that as in...
Yeah, second wave that they already planned out before a second wave before you can even prepare for a first wave, the second wave's already you're already thinking of a second wave when you can't even get out the first wave. Ain't that some shit? But let's continue.
In Spain and France and many other countries, we've reached a perilous turning point. It's true that the number of new cases is growing fastest amongst those aged 20 to 29, but the evidence shows that the virus is spreading to other more vulnerable age groups, as we have seen in France and Spain, where this has led to increased hospital admissions and, sadly, more deaths. In the last fortnight, daily hospital admissions in England have more than doubled. Tens of thousands of daily infections in those day numbers would unless we act. And as with all respiratory viruses, COVID is likely to spread faster as autumn.
So real quick, man. Yeah, they're going to enforce the military. All right. And this might not be the same exact thing I was watching, but let's read this. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has said the military could be deployed in England to help with the enforcement of new coronavirus restrictions. Speaking to UK lawmakers on Tuesday, the Prime Minister said that there would now be greater police presence on the streets with the option to draw on military support where required. The move come after the government's chief scientific and medical advisor warned there could be 50,000 cases a day mid-October, with a daily death toll of 200 or more by mid-November, with current growth in the rate of infection is not. If the current growth in the rate of infection is not halted. Now, all this is ushering in is martial law, man, because having the British military enforce coronavirus so-called military presence and police presence, what that is waging war on the populace. And one thing I give those UK fools over there in the UK some credit is that at least, unlike these brainwashed, simple-minded, idiotic people in America, at least them guys know what the hell's going on and they're rioting. You know what I'm saying? They're rioting about something that actually matters, which is that. You know what I'm saying? Or at least protesting about something that actually matters, like that. All right. These people over here, they just don't see it coming, which, you know, look, that's just by nature. Now, how this relates to the scriptures, let's go ahead and go to let's go ahead and go to 2nd Ezra, because it's what this is leading into, martial law. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and go to let's see, KJV. Yep. So this 2nd Ezra is the 15th chapter, because they're talking about the military, right? And this motherfucker is coming down with great wrath, because you know he has but a short time, man. So it says, and this is all throughout the world, man. So 2 Ezra 15:14, right? Woe to the world, all right, which is, woe means to lament. It doesn't mean destruction. It means to lament and howl and wail for grievous times that are soon to come, or for a situation that's happening right now. Woe to the world, and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, right? So there's going to be nations of people. There's going to be people of different nationalities going up against each other. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen, with swords in their hands, weapons in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So people, it's going to be all hell breaking loose and anarchy. There's going to be sedition. There's going to be people rising up against each other, invading one another, taking food from one another because of these military lockdowns, right? And it says, verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city, and that shall not be able. And guess what? This is what's going to come to America. This is coming to Great Britain. This is coming to Canada. This is coming to all the nations in the world, man. And this is all this is all based on the Lord's judgment that he's going to rectify upon these people, man, in these last days, man. And these particular populace of people that's in these nations, this is the judgment of the Lord, man. Judgment of YAHAWAH, all right? So that's what's going to come, man. This second lockdown is going to be a real martial law when that happens, all right? So let's knock these out. Boom, boom. Come on. So let's go to the last little thing I want to talk about, man. Let's go to the last little bit of things I want to speak on in this live video. Yeah, man. Maybe I should do a new video series on this channel called "When Animals Attack Esau," man. Because I don't see any other nationalities of people getting attacked, but these people, man. You know, and these animals are rising up, man. You gotta, like I always like to say, man, the black man is in slavery. You know, the Israelite man, the 12 tribes of Israel, man, woman, and child in slavery, especially the man. All right. So-called black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, you know, the Israelite foreigner man, they're all in slavery right now, right? They're in slavery. But guess who else is in slavery with you? These animals. All right. And they're getting tired of Esau's bullshit, man. You know, these animals want peace too, man. So with that said, let's go ahead and deal with this. Let's deal with some animals that attacked Esau, man. Let's go to this one right here. All right. And you know, I'm just gonna go with the flow with the scriptures. All right. So orcas attacked boat off the coast of Spain. That's off the Guardian News on YouTube. So let's go ahead and go to that right now. Oh, Slakia. Oh, let's get this shit out of here, man. So it says 3 orcas rammed a yacht off the coast of Spain as it traveled to Scotland on Tuesday. So you see this orca right here, so-called killer whale, right? Beautiful animal, you know what I'm saying? These animals are very common in Washington. You know, they're very common in the Northwest, man. We see these creatures all the time off the coast. They're beautiful animals, man. See that animal bashed the rudder. So it said the animal, oh, slack. Animals bashed the rudder, the wheel, in an incident which lasted 45 minutes. The crew found a section of the rudder that had been bitten off as they returned to the glacier to check for damage. Or has been ramming sailing boats along the Spanish and Portuguese coast over the summer. I wonder why that is. Is it because you guys are hunting them? Or is it because they're being predatory? You know, they're being my bad, territorial, because you're in their seas. You know what I'm saying? Is that why? Are you infringing on their territory? Is that why? But the reason for the behavior is not clear. Because they hate you, man. That's the real reason. You know, I'm giving my commentary because I'm just looking at this like, man, look, you're cutting off these animals' food supply, man. Not only are you cutting off their food supply, you're destroying the ocean, destroying the seas. You're messing up their territory, their home, man. So it's not a coincidence that they're attacking these boats off of Spain and Portugal off the coast. What is that? Is it the Mediterranean? No, it's not the Mediterranean. All right, but is it Caspian Sea? I'm not sure which sea it is, but yeah, man, of course. So let's play this too. All right. A cougar relentlessly stalks Utah runner. Let's watch this now. Hey, just looking at this right here is funny, man. And let's read this real quick. Actually, you know what? Let's play this first, and then I'm gonna read the reasoning of why this happened. All right. You see the you see this cougar right here, right? Let's go to the video. Oh, okay. So look. Now you see right here, that's a cub right there, right?
You. Holy face. Oh,
you can tell this is a damn Edomite, man.
Oh,
You see that right there?
Oh, no! Get the away! Get the away! Holy
look.
Holy Go! No!
Oh shit.
No! Go away! Please go away! Holy oh. Go away! I'm big and scary. Holy oh. Go away! You're good. You're good, little kitty cat. Oh. Holy. What's up, dude? Oh. Holy shit. Nice and slow. Come on. Ah!
You hear Esau scary ass, man.
No. I'm big and scary. I'm big and go away. Go get your babies. I'm not coming back down, I promise. Holy.
You hear the pride in this fucking cracker's voice,
Holy. Man. Babies. And mama got to be right there, don't they? Dude, you're scary. You're a scary kitty cat. Holy no, go away. Go away.
Oh,
No.
shit. Oh, shit.
No. You, dude. Holy. Gosh, where's my gun? Okay, this is when I die. No, get the away, stupid kitty cat. Holy, come on, dude. I don't feel like dying today. Ah. Go eat your babies. Ah. No. Go away. Go away.
Still following.
Go away. No, you face, dude. Trying to attack you, your eyes are looking away from you. Dude.
You hear this
What do
motherfucker,
you want me
man?
to do? Come on. Come on. Ah. Oh, stupid. This sucks. This is scary. My heart is racing. Dude. Okay. This is not fun. Go get your babies. Go away. Oh. Damn. I just wanted to go on a run. Come on, dude. Come on, dude.
I mean, okay, you know what? I'll stop right here because because that's what ended up happening. This thing followed him for six minutes, and he threw a rock at it, and it ran away. But you saw clearly that this man was hiking, in which, you know, a lot of these crackers like to hike. Not to say that hiking is bad, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that I haven't done it, but you know what I'm saying? You don't want to infringe on. This is the problem with you know, Esau, so-called white men, these Edomites, man. They like to infringe on the territory of others and act like, you know, it's all the animals' fault. But look, man, like, of course, this creature right here, of course, this animal right here has it had. He said that, you know, go get your babies, because he was approaching and he saw one of the cubs, right? So of course, I mean, a mother is going to defend her cubs, man. That's just by nature. So, and then here it is. Here's the funny thing: you're filming this shit while you're walking. So who's in the wrong, man? So look, a trail runner in Utah experienced a terrifying encounter with a mother mountain lion that stalked him on a trail for 6 minutes, lunging at him, bad typo error, at least 3 times. Kyle Burgess was on the 2-mile run up Slate Canyon near Provo on Saturday evening when he encountered 4 small animals crossing the trail ahead of him, according to Desert News. At first, he thought they were bobcats, so he pulled out his phone and started recording. Moments later, the mother mountain lion came into view. That started a scary retreat. He captured in video. Burgess kept talking to the mountain lion and maintained eyesight while backing away as the cougar kept his pace, walking towards him. You know, now, the hell are you doing? What are you on the damn area? Why would you be in an area where mountain lions and cougars, all right, and other fucking animals is at, man? What do you think is gonna happen? See, this is why, man, Esau gets. That's why Esau gets fucked up, man. He likes to be an adventurer and explorer. I mean, being in nature and whatnot, there's nothing wrong with that. But come on, man. You know what I'm saying? This is look, but this is the earth rising up against Esau, man. All right. Here's another article. Now I'm gonna bring out some scriptures. You know what I'm saying? But I'm bringing out the articles first before I bring out the scriptures. All right. So it says zookeeper it's like it. So it says zookeeper is savagely mauled by a gorilla in Madrid. Experienced animal trainer is left with 2 broken arms, chest, and head injuries before the giant 31-stone ape is tranquilized after horrific attack. A zookeeper has been savagely mauled by a 31-stone gorilla that she raised from its birth. The woman, 46, was left with 2 broken arms in the chest and head injuries after the attack at the Madrid Zoo this morning. Malibu, a 29-year-old male gorilla, managed to break through 3 doors to get to the indoor facility of the zoo while the zookeeper was getting on the usual breakfast routine. The zookeeper was stabilized by paramedics at the scene before being rushed on the Madrid Clinical Hospital in a serious condition. Municipal police of Madrid have taken over the investigation as it is classified as a work accident. All right, so this is the gorilla that attacked this woman. Obviously, the woman is a damn Edomite woman. Go fucking figure. So let's watch the video. If it lets me. Right. So this is the person. This is the woman that got mangled by that damn gorilla, man. Yeah, so hey man. You know, the Lord is putting the spirit on these animals to mess up Esau, and they're gonna end up messing up Jake too, man, as well. So let's continue on. Let's read into this, you know, about the so-called murder hornet, which really called the Japanese hornet. All right. Let's go here. First Asian giant hornet nest in U.S. found in Whatcon, Washington. So it was found up here. All right. Now these what they call murder hornets or Asian hornets, which I call them the Japanese hornet because that was the classification I understand 20 years ago. All right. But yeah, Asian giant Japanese hornet, nest was found out here in Washington. All right. Of course these things have been coming in, and they've been spreading all throughout the United States, and particularly up here in Washington, killing the bees, they killed somebody a couple of months ago. All right, so they finally found a nest. So let's look at this. Let's wait for this stupid ad. Let's wait for this stupid ad to go. All right, let's wait for it. Oh, so this is the video. No audio, huh? So yeah, they spotted a nest up in this little tree, split into this tree right here. All right. Wasn't there? Okay, yeah. Nope. No, there was King 5, right? Let's see. So yeah, you know what? Never mind. Let's go ahead and go into it. So yeah. So this is the so that was the video, right? So entomologists. So it says first Asian giant hornet nest in U.S. found in Whatcom County. Entomologists with the Washington State Department of Agriculture located the first Asian giant hornet nest in the United States in Blaine, Thursday. Blaine, Washington. The first Asian hornet nest in the United States was located in Whatcom County. The Washington State Department of Agriculture announced Friday morning. WSDA entomologists discovered the nest on private property in Blaine around 4 p.m. Thursday. The nest was found in the captivity of a tree near an area cleared for a residential home, the agency said. Okay, so yeah, there's no need to read on. So yeah, the Lord is raising up the spirit of these animals, whether it be orcas, whether it be gorillas, whether it be cougars, mountain lions, or whether it be bugs like the Japanese giant hornet. All right. So with that said, you know, let's go ahead and go into some scriptures, man, because the Lord is raising up the spirit because he's going to use these animals, these creatures, all right, to inflict violence, judgment, and death, man, upon these people. All right. So let's go ahead and go here. Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and go to Sirach. So the book of Sirach, chapter 5. Oh, my bad. Chapter 39. All right. 39 and 25. My bad. Oh, my bad. Right here. Sirach chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of them that made them. So whether it be cougars, orcas, hornets, giant hornets, for that matter, gorillas, it's vengeance, man. Fire, hail, famine, and death, all these were created for vengeance. Verse 30. Teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, and the sword, scorpions and serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction, man. And these animals about to be let loose, man, because of what's been done on the earth, and for the fact that the Lord is passing out judgment upon the earth, man. All right, so these are things that are soon to come. It's things that need to come, that need to happen, man. Okay. So, continuing on, let's go ahead and go to Jeremiah 15. Let's go ahead and go to Jeremiah 15 real quick. So Jeremiah 15 and 2, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as for death to death, such as for sword to sword, such as for the famine to famine, such as for captivity to the captivity. I'll appoint over 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. Right, so the Lord is going to establish beasts, all right, in the earth to devour and to destroy, man. So that's what's going to happen. All right. That's what's going to go down. These beasts are going to destroy, man, in the earth. So, and it says, in the beasts of the earth, the fowls of the heaven, the dogs of tear, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. Okay. But guess what? The elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3, they're going to be preserved from the destruction that these beasts are going to cause. Why? Because the scripture says so. And I'm going to bring that out, this last scripture out now. Job 5 and verse 21. 5 and 21. Job 5:21. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Right? We're not going to be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Why? Because the Lord is going to be with us. That's why. Verse, for thou shalt be in the league with the stones of the field. So the stones, the weather, all right, they're going to be in the leagues with us. The beasts of the earth are going to be in the leagues with us too. You know, watch this. And the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. The beasts of the earth shall be at peace with thee, man. All right, because why? Because the Lord has love and care and protection for his elect, the 144,000, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, man. Now shall know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace. Now shall visit thy habitation and shall not sin, man. So only the law keepers, the lovers of the brothers and sisters, all right, and the defiers of wickedness, all right, are going to stand, and that's the 144,000 of the 12 tribes of Israel. And also to the elect, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, the brothers and sisters that's sincerely in this truth. So these beasts will touch the earth, but not us. Lord willing, we be part of the elect. So I want to say, call law YAHAWAH Simeon Shai. All right, this is Rabbi Magan, the Zealots of Israel camp. And I want to say, Kwam Yasha Allah, much love to you, brothers and sisters in this truth. And constantly stay strong and stay and endure. With that said, I want to say, call Allah YAHAWAH Simeon Shai. Till next time, say Shalawam.